To start off, we're going to start off with a quick warm-up. So if you find yourself just some space on the floor or at the front of your mats, whatever works for you, and we'll just begin by rolling the shoulders back and down. Really hunch those shoulders up into your ears and then think about sliding and pushing those shoulder blades down your spine. One more rotation all the way around and then come back to center and then go back in the opposite direction. So we're rolling them up and forwards now, if you're mimicking me. If you're going the other way, don't worry, as long as you've done both directions. One more time all the way around and then just come back to center. Find yourself in Tadasana, feet are hip distance apart. And we're just going to inhale as we lift one arm up, reaching up tall, feel the stretch in the side body. Exhale, reach all the way over to the opposite side. Inhale, back to center, switching over the arms. Exhale, reach over to the opposite side. We're going to do 3 of these on each side, just moving with your own breath, in your own time, switching over the arms as you pass through that midline, finding that lift and length. Last one. And then this time, inhale to come all the way back up to center. Take the arms out wide and you're going to wrap the arms around the body as you twist to look behind. So just let the arms fall wherever they naturally need to go. So probably the top of the shoulder, lower back, or even the glute. Think about lifting and lengthening through that midline. One more rotation each way. And then come all the way back to center. We're going to go down into a forward fold. So soften the knees. Don't worry about having straight legs. Inhale as you lift the hands up above the head, and then exhale as you hinge at the hips. Think about drawing the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, and then we're going to take that ragdoll variation. So opposite hand to opposite elbow, and just gently swing from side to side. Release off that lower back, open up the glutes, open up the legs, waken up the legs. Take a few deep breaths all the way in. Exhale, and then release the hands to the floor. From here, we're just going to take 3 crouch curls. So you're going to inhale as you come down into the bottom of the squat, lifting the heels off the floor, chest to thighs, nose to knees, and then exhale as you push up and back, open up the backs of those legs. Inhale to crouch, exhale to fold. One last one. Inhale to crouch, exhale to fold. So we're just mobilizing the body. Plant the hands on the floor, walk the feet all the way back, find your down facing dog position. Take a moment there to just pedal out the feet. Think about pointing the tailbone high towards the sky rather than finding straight legs. Keep a slight bend in the knee and find length in the spine. So really stretch through the spine, open up the back. Have a nice broad upper back, let the neck hang loose. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, push the heels towards the floor. From here, we're going to take right foot outside of right hand into a lizard lunge. So option to keep the back leg lifted or drop the knee to the floor. We're then going to inhale to lift and twist, right hand towards the ceiling, and then exhale as you tap the elbow toward the floor. Don't worry if you can't reach. We're going to do 2 more of those on this side. Inhaling to lift and twist, exhaling to tap, just in your own time. And then replace the hand, step back to down facing dog, and we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So left foot comes outside of left hand. Option to drop the knee to the floor if you want to. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. Last one, inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand, step back to your down facing dog. From here, you're going to walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat. Find your squat stance. Inhale as you come all the way up, palms together at the top. Extended Tadasana, and then exhale as you come down into the bottom of your garland pose or squat. Just take a moment there to open up the hips, maybe bounce from side to side, open up the ankles, open up the feet, the toes, wherever you feel tight. Notice how your body's feeling. Start to wake the body up, maybe take a few pulses in the bottom of that squat. Try and keep a nice upright torso rather than sink low and crouch over. Try and be nice and upright with your positioning. From here, plant the hands on the floor, heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat, find your plank position, and we're going to take a vinyasa. So option to drop the knees to the floor, exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra. Sphinx is always an option if you have a sore lower back. Exhale as you tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. So we're going to do a version of that 2 more times through. So we're going to take right foot outside of right hand. Option to drop that knee. Inhale to lift and twist with the right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, elbow tap toward the floor. We're just going to do one each side this time. So step back, left foot outside left hand. Option to drop that knee. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand. Step back to down facing dog. Walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. Find your squat stance. Inhale as you lift all the way up, palms together at the top. Exhale, come down into the bottom of your squat. This time, left hand to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with your right hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Right hand to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with your left hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. And then walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. Find that plank position and we'll take another vinyasa. So option to drop the knees. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. One more time all the way through. So we're moving a little bit quicker this time. So right foot outside of right hand. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand, step back to down facing dog. Left foot outside of left hand. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand, step back to down facing dog. Walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat. Find your squat stance. Inhale, lift all the way up. Extended Tadasana, palms together at the top. Exhale, come down into the bottom of your garden pose. This time just take 5 small pulses in the bottom of that squat. And then we're going to inhale to lift, palms together at the top, and then exhale to come back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come down. 1 more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come all the way down. Plant the hands, heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. Find your plank position for the final time. We'll take a vinyasa. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to press up to Sphinx or Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. Walk the feet all the way toward the front of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. And then when you're ready, inhale, come all the way up. Extended Tadasana. Exhale, release the arms. Shake it all out. And you should be feeling a little bit warmer than you did when you started. So I'm just going to set up this timer. You should hear it. You probably heard it turn off just now. You should hear it through my microphone. It will count you in. It will tell you when you're halfway. And it will tell you when to rest. I will try and add in my cues over the top of that and also guide you. But don't worry too much. If you need to rest before, don't worry, just stop if anything gets too much. Take a breather, reset, and keep going if you want to. So the first movement, so we've got 3 rounds. We've got legs and bums as the first round. We've got tums as the second, and then guns, so your arms, just for a bit of fun to finish. So all of them are going to be a little bit strength focused, a little bit cardio, so just take it as you wish and I will guide you. So the first movement is a warrior 1 into humble warrior. So we're going to start on one side, stay on this side for the first half, and then when you're cued, switch over to the other side. So you're taking that warrior 1 stance, back foot is down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale to lift the hands up and you're going to sink into that warrior 1 position. From here, really think about squeezing all of the legs, so glutes, inner thighs, pressing the feet into the floor, and then as you exhale, you're going to work the body forwards over that leg, sweeping the hands back, and then inhale to lift. So you're using a little bit of core and glute strength to lift from warrior 1 down into that humble warrior. At half time, you're just simply going to step forwards, step back, reset, and repeat. So I'll start the clock. You have 45 seconds of work. If you want to make this harder, go slower, add a tempo, so count for 3 on the way down and then sweep up fast. If you want to make this more cardio, just try and do more reps. So you have 10 seconds, set yourself up, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, find your warrior one. Exhale to sweep. So if we're going fast, we're just going to inhale to lift and sweep. If you want to add that tempo, find warrior one, and then exhale, 3, 2, 1, and then fast back up. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. We're coming up to halfway, so you're going to inhale, step to the front, step back, reset on the other side, and repeat. So you're finding that warrior one, sinking into humble warrior, and then lifting. So if you're adding that tempo, 3, 2, 1, and then sweep back up. 3, 2, 1. You'll notice it's a lot tougher on the legs. Sweep back up and then step to the front and relax. So the next movement is a tabletop single leg pulse. So you're going to come onto all fours, take one leg back. Again, we're going to work on one side for half time and then switch. And you're simply just going to pulse that leg. The more pulses you can get in, the tougher this is going to be. See if you can take that toe just above the floor to make it more difficult. So set yourself up, take your leg back, really squeeze the glute, find a nice active leg, point the toe, see what muscles are working when you point your toe, or maybe flex the heel and see if that makes it any more difficult for you. You're coming up to halfway in about 5 seconds, so in 3, 2, 1, switch sides and repeat on the other side. So see which variation works better for you. See if you can take that toe almost to the ground, but don't touch it. Keep pulsing.
10 seconds.
And bring it up nice and high with that glute muscle. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. The next movement is a simple glute bridge. So option 1, just lift into that glute bridge. Open up the hips and then drop down. Option 2, we're going to add that pulse or tempo. So you're going to fast up, 1, 2, 3, all the way down. If you want to make that harder still, you could do a single leg glute bridge with or without the tempo, stopping at half time. So pick your progression, set yourself up, open up those hips at the top of there. So make sure you're fully extended and then lower yourself back down. So fast up if you're adding the tempo. Hold, and then 3, 2, 1 on the way down. If you just want to lift and lower, see if you can just hold for a squeeze at the top and then lower all the way down. To make it slightly harder, don't relax those
halfway there
at the bottom. Sorry, I can't get my words out. Try and scoop the bum or sweep the bum on the floor. Don't fully sink into the ground. Just tap it and shoot up. So you're over halfway. You have 5 seconds left on the clock, work all the way to the end, and then we've just got one more movement. Rest. The next movement is a dynamic warrior 3. So palms together, hands to heart. We're going to hinge at the hips. Option to stay here with the toe on the floor or come into that full warrior 3 pose. We're just going to pulse that leg. So if you need to hold on to something or take the hands in front, whatever works for you, and at half time, we're going to switch sides. So set yourself up in that warrior 3. See what works for you. If you just want to go from that warrior 3 and just do those hip hinges, that's also an option, tapping the toe on the floor. Or to make it harder, try and hold and pulse. You're coming up to halfway now, so switch sides.
Halfway there.
And then repeat again on the other side. So really concentrate on your balance. Bend that knee to make it slightly easier on the standing leg if you need to. It takes a little bit of focus, this one. You're nearly there now. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Well done, guys. That's round 1 completed. So grab some water, catch your breath. And then I'll take you through the next movement of the first movement of the second round. Well done, guys. So the next movement is core focus, or the next round is core focus. The first movement is a cardio movement, but you could make it strength if you wish. It's a simple mountain climber, so you're finding yourself in that position and you're simply shooting the knees through towards the elbows as fast as you can. Obviously, the more reps you do, the sweatier you're going to get. If you want to focus on your strength, you could do tiger curl instead. So finding your down facing dog, you're going to bring knee to nose, hold, step back and alternate from side to side. Really think about lifting that knee up as high as you can and planching through the top of your shoulders so you've got that strength building in the upper body and the abs. So set yourself up, pick your progression. If you just need to take it slow, then please do. If you want that strength, go for that option instead if that's your goal. If you want the cardio, just see how many reps you can do. If you're counting, you're coming up to halfway in 3, 2, 1. See if you can smash those reps again in the second half. So it's always a fun game, chase the reps. You're over halfway now, you have coming up to 10 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds.
So see if you can get extra reps in. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next movement is a goddess twist with an elbow tap. So you're setting yourself up in goddess pose. Hands are going to go on the back of your head this week. Option 1, you're just going to take the elbow from side to side towards those knees. Option 2, you're going to twist and then tap. Come up to the center, twist and then tap. So a bit of coordination.
Let's go.
You're twisting to face the knee that you're about to tap. So pick your progressions. If it gets too uncoordinated, then just go for that simple elbow tap. If you need to come up at half time, shake out the legs, sit back and down, reset, you can. So you're coming up to halfway now. The lower you can hold that goddess pose, the harder it is going to be on the legs. So you're asking to be kind of parallel to the floor.
10 seconds.
You have 10 seconds left on the clock. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. The next movement is a simple plank jack. So option 1, just hold your plank in a kneeling position. Maybe lift the knees and lower the knees. See if you can brace the core for that. Option 2, you're going to come into that full plank position and step in, step out, or step out, step in. Or option 3, jump in those plank jacks, in and out with the legs. Keep that core nice and tight. Try not to pike the bum or sag the hips. Try and brace that core. Think about trying to meet your lower rib with your pelvis or your hips and keep that nice tension in between the two areas. You are coming up to halfway now. So if you're keeping count of the reps, obviously the more reps you do for this, the harder, the more cardio it will be. See if you can chase those reps down in the second half and match them or beat them.
10 seconds.
10 seconds left. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. The last movement of this round is on our back. So we're coming into a supine position and we're going to do some dead bugs. So all 4 arms and legs up to the ceiling. Option to lift the hips and the shoulders off the floor too to really engage that core. Drill the lower back down. Opposite arm and leg, go down and then come back up and switch sides. So you're alternating from side to side. The lower you go with that leg, the harder it is. So you're just switching from side to side, gluing that lower back into the ground, keeping that core engaged. The faster you do this, a bit more cardio is involved, but you could also add some strength to it by doing that tempo. So slow down, faster.
Halfway there.
You're over halfway, so see if you can keep count of those reps and match them again. You're doing really, really well. You should really feel the abs engaged. 10 seconds left on the clock. Keep moving all the way to the end. Done. And relax. You've just got one more round left. So grab some water, catch your breath. So this is the second week now of this sequence of movements. Next week we'll be upscaling the movements or switching them up. So it will all change up. So come back next week for more movements. So the next round is all about the arms. So we're going to start in a prone position. We're going to do prone pull-ups or cactus arms as we call them in yoga. So you're going to come into that prone position. Option to keep the forehead on the floor or lift chest off the floor. You're going to then bring the arms out beside you in that T-shape or cactus arm position and then reach forward. So you're inhaling to reach, exhaling to cactus, squeezing the shoulder blades together, pulling the chest off the floor. If you want to make this harder, you could try coming into that locust pose first and then cactusing and reaching that way instead. So you're getting full body engagement.
Let's go.
So set yourself up, find that prone position. You're cactusing the arms up and down. So exactly the same as you would in a pull-up, but you're in a prone position obviously without the bar, so much easier. But really focus on squeezing that inner section of your back, so in between the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Focus on building those muscles up. You're over halfway. This is a really good stability exercise for the shoulders. So if you ever have to do any shoulder health exercises for rehabilitation or injuries, this is a really good one. You have 5 seconds left on the clock. And relax. So staying in that prone position, we're going to take the hands underneath the shoulders this time. Forehead to the floor. Roll those shoulders back and down, and you're simply going to lift up into cobra as far as you feel comfortable and then lower back down. So you're going to lift up using the arms maybe to help you, or if you want to use more core strength, see if you can do it without using your hands at all. You can keep your hands lifted and you can try and lift and lower from there. So see what works for you. Maybe just use your fingertips on the floor. The more reps you do, the more cardio this is. But if you want to make it more strength, you could lift straight up and then exhale to lower for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. You are over halfway. You have just 2 movements left on the clock. And then we are going to move into our cool down. So work really hard. You've got this, guys. And in 5, 4, 3, 2. The next movement is frog to high plank. So you're going to find your frog position. So your feet are shoulder hip distance apart. You're going to send the knees out to the side and you're going to sit back into your hips. So you're kind of in this frog pose. You're going to then shoot through to high plank. Really think about squeezing everything to lift the body up. So let the body come higher. Press through the shoulders down through the upper back and then push back. You're just going to shoot forwards and back. So this is quite hard as it is, but if you want to make it harder, hold in that planche position and then push back. So you're really focusing here. The frog is the rest piece, the planche is the strength piece. So really think about pushing that spine up between the shoulder blades, hollowing out the front of that chest. Again, keeping that core engaged, so ribs tucked down to pelvis, find that hollow position. You have 10 seconds left on the clock. And one final movement after this to complete, so work all the way to the end. It's tiring, this one on the arms. Well done, guys. And relax. The next movement, we're coming down onto the forearms for some plank rocks. So you're going to step back. Option to do this on your knees if you want to, keeping that core engaged or coming up onto your toes. You're simply just rocking forwards and back in that plank position, in that forearm plank position. See how many reps you can get and see if you can repeat that in the second half. So keep count. If you want to just focus on the quality of the movement for now, just keep it slow and think about keeping shoulders, hips and knees all in one line. So you might even just want to hold in that forearm plank for this time if that is enough for you, or you can add that little rock to it as well, shooting the nose over those fingertips. You are over halfway. You're doing really, really well. Keep moving all the way to the end. You have 10
10
seconds left
seconds.
on the clock, so see if you can get 10 more rocks in if you're going for time, or just hold for the remaining time and relax.
Well done.
Grab some water. You've completed all 3 rounds. Catch your breath. And then in a minute we will go to the back of the mat and everyone will join in child's pose. So once you've had a chance to catch your breath and take on some water, come and join me at the back of the mat in a kneeling position. Sitting back on your heels, reach the hands forwards and just come down into that extended child's position. Take a few deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel that stretch across the upper back as you inhale. Start to calm that breath down, calm the body down. One more deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, walk the hands all the way over to the left. Find the stretch in the right side body. Take 2 more deep breaths. Exhale, and then as you inhale, walk the hands all the way back to center, and then take them over as you exhale, to the right. Find that stretch in the left side body. Take 2 more deep breaths. And then slowly walk the hands all the way back to the front of the mat. From here, come up onto your hands and knees. And we're going to swivel around into a seated forward fold. So bringing the legs straight out in front of you. Flex the toes back towards you. Pull the fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath you. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale as you fold forwards over those legs. Bringing chest towards thigh, nipples to knees if you like. And reaching nose towards toes before you just let the head relax down. Take 2 more deep breaths. Exhale, and then slowly inhale as you come all the way back up to seated. Slide the bum down towards the heels, come onto your backs and find yourself in a supine position. You're going to take the hands out wide in a T-shaped position, palms facing down, and then walk the heels towards the glutes. Keep the heels lifted and the toes on the floor. We'll finish with a few window wipers, dropping the knees from side to side, trying to keep the shoulders glued to the floor as you do this. Releasing off that lower back, releasing off the glutes, the hips, maybe even the shoulders. One more each side. And then just gently bring the knees all the way back to center. Bring the knees in, hug them in tight, rock from side to side. Enjoy that gentle massage on the lower back. And then whenever you're ready, slowly make your way all the way up, seated, finding yourself in the center of your mat for the final time. We'll take one last deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. As you exhale, bring the hands to the forehead, kind thoughts, to the lips, kind words, to the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.